that? Oh, you're thinking I must have some giant backpack. I'm pulling all this stuff out of. Well, no. Look. This plastic pieces right here that actually holds everything in really well. Like this ironing board, for example. Just better. A wooden board and an ironing board. I'll just go with the wooden board. Alright. You have to be real quiet. I'm not sure if anybody's in this dwelling or not. It might be occupied. I'm going to assume that it is. So let's see. Good. Roll out a towel over here to make it presentable. Good too. There you go. So in case I need to, I'll just deploy my invisibility blanket. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Do you think they saw me? It's just a piece of camouflage cloth, but I like it. Wear it like a cape. Dun, dun, dun. Super camouflage, man. And look, it's full length. But wearing it this way will help to break up your humid form, and also it keeps the sun out of your eyes. Never underestimate the powers of the dark side. Actually, you know what? I do have a backpack, but I don't carry it on my back. I actually keep it, like many other things, tucked into my armpit. But it has quite a bit of stuff in it. And might as well dig through it. Beware. No, it'll be cool. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and save this for when I need it. Go ahead and take off my helmet. Wait. Oh, no. Gotta watch out for those people on those three-wheelers. Okay, here we go. I think this backpack's actually large enough I could probably just hide behind it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started then. You might see this is just a basic backpack right here. It's not a fancy backpack. It doesn't have a million zipper pockets or anything like that. Believe it or not, I actually got this for $5 at the dollar store. It's actually like a school backpack for kids, but I like it because it has the one main pocket and you can just stuff as much stuff in there as possible using the twist and tuck method. You twist it, it becomes like a drill and corkscrews down into it. You'll be amazed how much stuff you can fit inside a bag like this using the twist and tuck method. And then of course to remove the stuff you use the twist and pull method, just like unscrewing it. Pop the cork. Well, it doesn't do that. I would also add that because there is so much stuff in here, I've used a camouflage bungee cord. Be very careful when you remove that. It goes pop out your eye. That's why you're wearing safety glasses right now. These are actually just sunglasses, but they're also for safety. And that may sound funny, but I'm actually being serious. So on the external, you see I've got a backup folding saw. It comes in handy when you need to saw off limbs. I'm talking about trees, not human body parts. Water. Okay. However, if it is an extreme emergency and you need to amputate it, it may work. I don't know. Hopefully, no, you don't have to encounter a situation like that. Crow, what you laughing about? I'm being serious. Anyways, in the exterior pocket, we also have some tent stakes. This is a fire starter kit. I'll get to that. I'm loaded right in. Got the emergency camouflage. You can always use it as your. Hold on. Wow, this actually looks pretty good. It's camouflage. Crow, what you laughing at, man? I'm being serious. Anyways, alright, so the exterior does have a zipper pocket. It goes all the way down to the bottom, all the way up to the top. It's kind of hard to reach up into the top, but you can see. Got an assortment of bug bands. Always remember your bug bands. And a life straw. If you've seen episode 1 where I did the adventures in water filtration, purification, you also need a filtration, so a life straw is a lifesaver. Highly recommended. And of course, next to that, as many BugOut bags or emergency bags will have. Let's see if I can get this out. There we go. Okay. This is a makeshift. I made it myself, that is. Emergency kit has various items in it like this. You got band-aids. They're not military issue, however they are camouflage band-aids. And hand sanitizer. I'm not sure what that is. Got your hydrocortisone cream. Got your various bandages. And you know what? Band-aids are old school. So nowadays, let me get this out of the way. I'll hide behind this bag too. We got, what is this? liquid spray bandage. So if you scrape yourself up and it's not really serious, you just take the sting, and also helps fight infection. And down here I got a smaller version of it somewhere. Live video, gotta love it. Actually, this is pre-recorded, but for me, it's live. For you, this is ancient history, dude. And it was down in here. This is a glass bottle, so you want to keep it. I keep it safely secured between a couple of these. It fits in there perfectly. See that? Look at that. Perfect. Anyways, this is also a liquid bandage. This is if you have more of a severe cut, like when you're playing around with your knives. I don't mean playing around, I mean carving wood for emergency and survival purposes. It's not a game, y'all. This is serious business. And of course, a gauze bandage, which could also be used as a tourniquet if you need to. And of course, along with hand sanitizer, you'll also want to have something like this. A nice size. Oh no. Okay, anyways, I was saying you want to have a nice sized box of alcohol prep pads. Okay, good for, obviously. Also, when it comes to emergency tourniquets, you can either tear off your belt real quick if you have an accessible belt, or use a bungee cord. You'll have to wrap that around several times. Be careful doing that because you could easily also cut off the circulation outlet, which would also do more harm than good. But an also backup you could always use for many different things is, of course, your duct tape or Gorilla Tape, which I like, because you can use it as emergency tinder, you can use it as emergency toilet paper, you can use it to seal holes in your tarps, you can use it to tie somebody up if you need to. Wait, I didn't tell you that, but anyways, moving on. I meant to subdue an attacker in an emergency situation for self-defense. That was 5 cars in a row while I'm hiding behind this backpack and they don't see me. I never thought that. That's just so easy. Just whoop, way to go. Whoop, pick 'em up. And I'm being serious, but it's kind of funny. Anyways, let's see. So, getting to the main meat, if you would, of the bag. There's no meat in here, unless there's some beef jerky, perhaps. But, anyways, you may notice it's got this hanging off a tree limb. Although it does have some weight, you may snap that, so make sure it's a good limb to hang off. And by limb, I mean tree limb, not human limb, once again. But anyways, one of the main reasons why I don't carry this over my back is because, as you see, it tends to stick out and make it look kind of like a Ninja Turtle. And when somebody sees you carrying a large bag like this, they're going to say, hey, what's he got in that bag? So if you got room in your little side pocket here, I strongly suggest you just tuck it away. But I'm in the middle of show and tell, so let's get to this. Anyways, I was showing you this blue tab right here is to hang it with. If you see, we got another tab right here that's actually separate from the backpack itself. It's a nice, handy dandy waterproof storage bag. Check this out. Okay, anyways, I was talking about this bag right here. It has a little handle on it, you can wrap that around your wrist. You could sling it around your arm. I can just tuck everything in my armpit, as you probably have noticed. But anyways, what I like about this is it actually is separate from the bag, but I included it in the bag because it is a handy dandy item to have. And when you unzip it, you'll see that what I like to keep inside here is a pair of grabbers, that come in handy for obvious purposes. I hold it together with a hair tie. As you see, I use hair ties for many different purposes. Because this folds up right here. Let's see. Come on, it's got a little elastic mechanism. All right, there you go. Once it pops into place, as you can see, it's actually quite large, and this allows you to pick stuff up off the ground, grab stuff off of trees perhaps, or sneak up on somebody and pinch their ear and then duck down and they'll be like, what was that? If you want to intimidate somebody or play around. Anyways, I was just joking. No, but seriously, what I like about this is because of its length, it allows you to reach down into the bag for those harder to reach items, because sometimes you can't reach the things that are tucked away all the way down to the bottom of this bag. Alright, let's see, let's pull this out of the way, because that kind of takes up some space. Fishing pole, obviously. And it makes a lot of noise. Be quiet. Okay, so, get back into this bag right here. Oh no! Okay, oh yeah, also in this bag right here, if you're outside and you're camping, you don't want the bugs all over, you don't have your bug bands. You got some citronella candles, or incense sticks, I guess you call them. Anyways, they fit inside here really well too. I mean, Combination of a shh and a thumbs up. Don't do that. Pick in your nose. Whew. Seriously, it's too hot for that. Anyways, so now this Folgers container here is actually empty. Carry it on myself in case I need to bury a catch or a emergency supply area, or in case I come across something that I want to keep inside a container. And it still smells nice like coffee. If I want to remember those days when I had coffee. Memories. Okay, put this thing down here, I guess. No, but what I was wanting to say is, I've been searching around for dandelions. I was wanting to make some dandelion tea. If you have a chance to research dandelion tea, its benefits, it's very good for you, and it's easy to do. So if you come across some dandelions wherever you are, okay, what I was saying is this is not pine needle tea, and it is not dandelion tea. This is what I'm going to call silly tea, or hee-hee tea, because that's what it does to me. No, seriously. And you'll find out about that in the third installment of part 2, episode 2 of season 2. By the way, this is the first half, or part 1 of episode 2 of season 2. This tea is bittersweet. It's more bitter than sweet, but when you add honey, it becomes sweeter. And it's slightly psychoactive also. I might mention that. Yeah, it adds a little bit of delirium and confusion or certain things like that. If you're not careful, I think I made this a little too strong. Look at that. That sounded like a bookie. Okay, no more from me. But I'm being serious too. Whoa, whoops. Get it together, man. Don't you hear those planes? They're at it again. They've been at it ever since I started this thing. Can you hear them? I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. Are you figuring out what I'm doing yet? I'm trying to survive the apocalypse, man. Or at least prepping for it. Okay, no, seriously, back to this backpack. As many preppers and survivalists would tell you, one of the first things you want to keep accessible, not only in the front pockets, but also on the top, most likely, is some first aid items like isopropyl alcohol. Man, that thing's actually pretty empty. It helps if you check your supplies. Good for me, I got backups. Back pocket. Anyways, I was going to say, first aid kit. And of course, I got my main primary first aid right there. This one has most of what you would assume to be in a backpack, you know, band-aids and emergency scissors, cloth, digital thermometer, more gauze bandages, and iodine, benzodine, creams, and ointments, and stuff like that thing. Things of that stuff. Man, that's a good tea. Anyways, moving on. Let's see right here. If you can see, it's a barf bag. Hospitals usually give these to you. They'll let them keep you for free because anything that they give you while you're in the ER is yours for free. You're paying for it, so it's not really free, I should say. But anyways, this can also be used as an emergency toilet if you need to, but that's pretty nasty. You don't want to have to wash that out. But good thing it's disposable, right? However, it is not biodegradable, so I wouldn't suggest that for the environment. It's like a barf bag, you know, if you're gonna vomit. Anyways, emergency backup gloves. Also have the same exact pair in my back pocket, but in case those should happen to fall off, catch fire, I lose them or whatever, because they're camouflaged after all. These I have tied together to help secure them. In case one gets lost, the other one will be attached to it. That way they're both lost, but that way you don't lose them actually. But if you look inside here real carefully, you may notice this is your primary loop to hang it with, right? See that? Bouncy, bouncy. All right, and then you got this right here. Pull it out, and you guessed it, an emergency backpack inside the backpack. So you got your primary backpack, and then you got your backup backpack. Packed inside the pack. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Shh. Actually, come to think of it, I've been pausing this the entire time. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I'll be like, pause. Gotta take a break once in a while, you know. Take a drink of hee-hee tea, or silly tea. You'll find out what it's made out of in the third installment of part 2 of episode 2. after this, it's on down the road. It's a spoiler alert, you'll learn about it, because, anyways, I'm not going to tell you right now. You got to tune in for that. But anyways, what you see in here, you got a variety of camouflaged hats, because you want to blend into your environment, and the environment is always changing. Hold on, man.